pieces.
This is a verse that was added to the Bible in 1522 when Erasmus, who was the first publisher of any Greek New Testament, got pressure from the church to add this Trinitarian statement because it had been found in some Latin manuscripts.
So as you can see here, like, the King James is literally the only one that has this fullness of this verse in it, that in the New King James. Even so, apparently this is not a Trinitarian commentary anyway. But you don't have to believe me, this is just one of the people that I have checked out who is a Trinitarian, by the way.
Those passages should not be in there. The way I read it is the way that it was originally put in. This was something that was added by a scribe during Erasmus's third edition, as he is trying to take the text and translate it from Greek into English. He didn't have a Greek text that had the larger portion that you see in the King James Version. And so through certain pressures, and you only see it in only late manuscripts that go from the 16th century on, and some 12th century manuscripts that may have a 16th century addition in the notes. But prior to that, we don't have any verses, any passages, any manuscripts, papyri fragments, anything that have that larger portion of.
From what I understand, the issue with 1 John 5:7 has to do with textual criticism. Now, this is not something that we normally or typically do in the context of everyday church, because majority of the churches that I know of use a variation of the King James or something out of the lineage of the King James. However, when you go to other different versions of the scriptures or different translations of the scriptures, it is not in there. At least it's not in there in the way that it is in the King James. This does not negate the validity of the scriptures as a whole. It just says that this one translation has a mistranslation in it. Because again, this is not coming from the original text. This is coming from the translation of said text. So we can still believe in the fullness of the Bible, even without the verse, or with this verse maybe being an error in certain scriptures. So don't throw out your King James. Don't do that. Just know that, you know, there's some things that are wonky about every translation, because it's a translation. But we have to study to show ourselves approved. I still love you.